Good evening and a rousing welcome to our YouTube channel in yet another episode of our series of interviews, Meet My Gems, conducted and organized by our Honorable and beloved Sir Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal. Sir, who himself was an aspirant of judicial examination in the year 1999 and secured a starring mark scoring a top rank is has resigned from the service to join the noble profession of teaching and is currently the head of the department of Hooghly Mohsin College. He was also former faculty of National University of Juridical Science, that is NUJS Kolkata, and a visiting faculty of National Judicial Academy of Honorable Supreme Court and State Judicial Academy of Honorable High Court of Calcutta. From being a king to a kingmaker himself, his story is a story of glory in itself. I would like, sir, to enlighten us as how this interactive session with the various scholars and intellectuals of law will help us to be efficacious in our path of service.
Thank you, Astika. The series of showcasing the success story of my gems today will feature rank 3 in West Bengal Judicial Service 2019, Brishti Bordhon. As I have told you in the earlier episode, that the primary objective in showcasing the success story is to create role models for students at large. In my endeavor to query the gems from amongst the scholars of law in India, particularly in Eastern Indian part, where legal academics can be divided into two extreme parts. One, which is characterized by, say, national law schools, and the other by the conventional law schools. And I consider myself a bridge between the two. As had been once said by the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, that legal education is a sea of mediocrity with islands of excellence. So for average law students from conventional law schools, we need to create role models for the rest. This humble attempt on my part is to spread and popularize these role models among the ordinary law students of this country. Judicial officers, law officers, public prosecutors, law teachers, other legal professionals who have made a mark for themselves will be invited in this forum, and they will speak their mind and heart out to help their juniors, to help their younger brothers and sisters to achieve something in life. And my satisfaction is seeing the smiles in the faces of my students. So thank you, Astika. Thank you, Brishti, for coming and sharing your thoughts in this forum. Thank you, Astika. You may carry on.
We welcome you, sir. And indeed, we have learned every minute detail of law from you. I here now invite Madam Brishti Bordhon, an aspirant of judicial exam in the batch of 2019, who qualified the exam securing a third position. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you here with us today. We aspirants have few questions for you. With your permission, I would like to start.
Yes. Good evening. Good evening, Astika.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes. I will be delighted to if I can help someone or some young brothers and sisters so that everybody can get encouragement to sit for this exam. to take that exam.
Okay, ma'am. So with your permission, I'm starting a series of questions I have for you. My first
Yes.
question to you, ma'am, is when did the seed of becoming a judicial officer germinate within you?
It was mainly imbibed by my late grandfather, Mr. Anandamoy Dotto. He was a judicial officer. He was a district judge. So he always inspired me to become a judicial officer. Whenever I got diverted to any other field or I wanted to do something else, he used to tell me that this is something very noble which you can do for the society. So from that time, I wanted to be a judicial officer. He is the one who germinated that seed into me.
Thank you, ma'am. And so, do you think that having a person in your home or in your family from a legal background is of kind of help to you to achieve what you wanted to achieve?
Yes, definitely. First, he helped me to motivate uh, for this examination. But I want to say that it is not necessary that in everyone's family somebody has to be there who can help you or who can motivate you. It's from your within that will um, encourage you to do something. So I want to give an example like Ramanujan, the great Indian mathematician. His father was a clerk in a sari shop, so he turned out to be a great mathematician. So we all can do without anyone, I guess.
That was really inspirational, ma'am. Like coming from a non-legal background, so do you think the difficulties are tad more than coming from a legal background?
Mm, can you repeat? Sorry, I could not hear you.
Surely, ma'am. Like coming from a non-legal background, like many of our aspirants have nobody in their family who has come from legal fraternity. So for them, is it a little more difficult than people who are privileged to have somebody in their family from the legal background?
Not really. Everyone does not have someone in their family who is a judicial officer or related to law. So, yes, if someone is there, it's definitely a help. But uh, you will get someone who can, push you or through this path. Like we have Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal sir. He used to help us a lot. Means motivating us. Means during this throughout this period, your mood swings, your health, everything has to be in proper. Otherwise, you cannot concentrate in studies. So he helped like this. So anyone can get someone like this who can help him or her.
Surely, ma'am, we all must agree that sir is a constant for everyone who has achieved something in law and for everybody who is striving for it. So, like connecting to your answer, I would like to ask you, how important is it to have a mentor or a guide in your life for this journey of roller coaster? Because PSC examination itself is very strenuous, both mentally and physically.
Yes, or a mentor who can be your friend is very much essential and very much needed because whenever you feel devastated that I cannot do it, somebody has to be there who will push you to tell you that you can do it. Uh, so both mentally and physically will help you in every way. So mentor is important. And secondly, I want to say that when we were going through this, we were in a position that whether our answers, what we are writing or we are giving certain tests, something like that, whether it is correct or not, or whether it is proper or more we have to give, what is less or what is more. So that part was very much uh, helped by Dr. Prem Kumar sir. So he always told us that this should be there, this should not be there, this more should be given into your answer. So that is a role that is played by your mentor come friend in your life during this phase of your exam.
Indeed, ma'am. So, like, what do you think are the do's and don'ts while preparing for the examination? Like, did you formulate any kind of routine for your days?
Yes, I used to make a certain routine, like mostly 2 or 3 subjects per day I used to keep, and I used to revise a lot. Revising is very much necessary for the throughout this exam. Whatever you read, revise more, so it will be into your head. Means, like, it will be within you that you don't have to get traumatized that what will I do. Different unknown answers, questions will come into your exam, so you don't have to get traumatized during that period, that what I will write in that question. You have to be very easy with that. So revise a lot and write answers a lot. Whatever you read, you write it. I feel that. So it increases your time. It saves your time and helps you in managing time. Means the time management is very necessary, and revising helps you to remember things and not to get traumatized.
Ma'am, did your study pattern followed any routine for a day, like time division and that kind of a money? So, inculcating few routines which have an allotment for the subject timings.
Not that some I used to study. Means during the first phase we didn't give so much. Means so much time was not needed, but for per subject actually na, you have to study whatever you need and whatever you want to during that period. Means not any strict routine can help you. Sometimes I really don't want to study, so I used to take some breaks, I used to move, like that. But there is not so much strict routine. But yes, during when the exams were knocking at my door, at that time strict routines used to be followed. Yes, but I totally kept myself away from the social media platforms like Facebook, all that. I WhatsApp I could not, because certain important things used to come and I was linked to certain groups, so I could not. But I cut off myself from Facebook or any kind of that social platform. That is very necessary. Otherwise, you will get distracted.
It's a very dangerous piece of advice, yet a very valuable piece of advice, because we all are very much addicted to social media platforms and we must follow your advice. Okay, ma'am. So my next question to you is that nowadays various social media platforms are there, like YouTube channels, and there are very many legal, blogs where you get various notes and various tutorials for preparing oneself for the examination. How much did it help you in your preparation? Or what is your take on that?
Like YouTube channel was a bit helpful, because certain, for my general knowledge, certain information were necessary, and Google was helpful. Other than that, books and others are enough. Not really you need all kind of social media in your life for studying.
Ma'am, talking of books, what kind of books did you follow for the various subjects in the syllabus of judiciary?
On what subject you are asking? Means like
I would categorize different. Like for mains, we have those papers. So, how many books did you follow for, say, CPC, IPC, evidence, contracts, etc.?
Like CP, mainly Bairats. Prem Kumar sir always used to tell us that just don't mug up the sections. The sections should be such that it gets imbibed in you. Means he used to always tell this line that get the sections imbibed in you. So I also want to have that, because bare acts are very much essential. There cannot be anything more than that. other than that, like in CPC, we can follow like CK Takwani, and in IPC, for me, the bare acts were enough. Also for CRPC, I did not used to follow any other book. I used to make notes from the bare acts. That was my thing, because I never used to follow so much books. Bare act was something, everything for me actually.
Correct, ma'am. Ma'am, while interacting with Sir, we have always heard him saying that be thorough with the key words and key phrases of your bare acts. How far did it help you in achieving your success?
Yes, I in my answer paper of this examination, I always used to highlight the keywords of the section with a black pen, and I used to write all the full answer with the blue pen. So, and the section I used to write in black pen. So the keywords and section needs to be highlighted, and it needs to be remembered. Even if you forget everything, that words should be within you so that you can write it in your answer, because that creates a very good impression for the examiner. He will see that you know that thing, what is the main word of that section. It will help, I guess,
Okay. Ma'am, we all know that
to
we have
fetch
to
you a.
choose our optional papers. Like we have to choose our 3 optional papers. Like for choosing those 3 optional papers, how did you take the decision of what subjects are to be taken, or what rationale did you use, or whom did you take the suggestions from?
For the optional papers.
Yes, ma'am.
For, for the optional papers, I took Mohammedan law, partnership and limitation. So it was completely my decision that I will take these papers. It will help. That's why, because and different and partnership act is a bit small thing, but you can. It's very systematic. So these things help. Means and limitation always it's very necessary. Like in preliminary exam also, limitation, from limitation many questions come. So if you take that subject, it will be a great help for both for your preliminary and your mains exam.
Ma'am, how did the various interactive sessions with your mentor help you in conceptualizing the various subjects of law?
Like mainly to develop the keywords for the section. We used to interact with the sir, and he always used to tell us that words which always used to float in my brain, that these words are necessary. So whatever comes, I will write that words into my answer. So this helped me a lot, because otherwise I always used to forget those keywords or the key terms which are very much necessary for the section. So that helped me very much, and I used to highlight that.
Ma'am, how did you inculcate the habit of remembering or memorizing those key words and key phrases?
By revising many times, and by writing the answers and get it checked by someone, or your mentor. It's helped me a lot to remember.
Ma'am, while preparing for the preliminary part of examination, what different books or what different methods did you follow?
Like I used to do past year question papers. I used to solve past year question papers, like 10 years of question paper, and universal guide of the judicial service examination, universal guide. I used to solve that also. It used to be a great help,
Ma'am, there
not
is very
only for the not only for the
yes, ma'am.
prelims, but also for mains. That book is very good.
Ma'am, there is a very little time between preliminary examination and the mains. How did you cope up this stress, or how did you kind of revise on the period between the gap of preliminary examination and the mains examination?
from the beginning, I started preparing for my mains exam only. But last 1.5 month, I started preparing for the preliminary exam. Because if you give too much time for the preliminary exam, then your mains, you will be get distracted, or you cannot focus on your main. The time is very short, so you have to prepare for mains mainly. Then in 1 or 2 months or 1.5 months is enough for your preliminary.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, is it your first attempt in the year 2019 for the judicial service examination?
Yes.
Ma'am, what tips you want to give for the first timers who are newborn from their universities or various colleges and are appearing for the first time in the examination? How far is the pressure for them, and how should they handle that pressure?
Yes, pressure is there, but you have to cope up with that, because you have to qualify the exam. And definitely you have to boost yourself. First, you cut yourself from the social media platforms, because otherwise you cannot concentrate. That is the first thing that I will say. And secondly, uh, work hard, but what, intelligently. Don't you are studying many things, but you do not know what to write and what not to. That is, or what to study or what not to. That is very important what you are doing. So work hard, but work intelligently. And third thing is, you write your answers and revise a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, what kind of preparation is necessary for this kind of examination? Is it purely analytical or detailed, or you would suggest both?
Can you repeat the question?
I mean, the preparation, what kind of preparation is necessary for this examination? Should one approach the analytical method, or should one go by the detailed method of studying? Or both you would suggest?
Detailed, yes, but you do not have time for so much to study. If you try to remember the whole Barat, it is not possible for you. So yes, it must be analytical, but whatever you are studying, it should be in depth. There should not be any flaw in what you are studying. Whatever less you are studying, that should be perfect.
Ma'am, English, Bengali, and general knowledge are the few subjects which are there in our mains. And the law student find the least of their time to dedicate for those subjects. How did you, at your time of preparing for the exam, simultaneously manage those three subjects?
I had Hindi for my paper. I had English and Hindi. So, it was very difficult for me to write Hindi, because for 5 years I got totally detached from that subject. But in English we were writing, so it was okay. But like Hindi, I had to write much more, because my speed was very less in that. So I will suggest people to write their languages much, because it if you are getting detached from that subject, it will lessen your speed. And it's very important, because you cannot cope up with the time. And for general knowledge, you have to study, because I studied competition success, Manorama yearbook, and newspaper. You have to make notes from the newspaper, like important legal incidents or certain sports. So these things are needed. Otherwise, that marks definitely matters. So all these are important. You have to make notes from that, from newspaper. And English, you can read essay books or newspaper. That will help to increase your vocabulary. And newspaper definitely increases your vocabulary. And read some essay books, it will help you to make a constructive answer.
Ma'am, like you said, English and Bengali, we are not always in the practice of writing the answers. Like for the language paper, especially Bengali or Hindi, whatever we choose regionally, for those papers, there are certain parts which are for the grammar. So for those parts, did you consult any book, or was it that you only followed the 10 years questions?
No, I followed book. No, I followed 20 years question paper for my mains. So yes, I followed Hindi grammar book and essay book. I used to study those, and both for English and Hindi.
Ma'am, the coaching institutions, like the branded coaching institution, follow the method of giving static notes for every subject. And this is very typical for every competitive exam that they conduct. But we have always heard, sir, while interacting with him on various occasions, that he encouraged us to write our own answers. What is your take on that?
Like I said previously, that I always used to make notes on myself, and I used to get checked it by sir, because if you make your own notes, it will be within you that I have written whatever I need written, what faults are there, what I need to insert in it. So if you get ready-made things, that won't help much. If you do it on your own, it will be much easier to remember also, and it will be remain within you for a long time.
Ma'am, did the tips of your mentor for the mock interview or the mock interview conducted by your mentor help you to face the dignitaries in the viva of the judicial examination?
Yes, definitely. I was very much nervous. And I used to feel that I would not be able to say a single word in front of the judicial officers and secretary and many other people in the interview session. So, sir used to boost us so that I can get out of that nervousness and say things. Otherwise, it would not have been possible for me to say a single word. He helped me a lot to boost my, to to make me very much aware that what I need to say, and I have to. He took me out from that nervousness part.
Yes, ma'am. Sir is very encouraging for all of us. Ma'am, how did you relax yourself? Because you had a prolonged study pattern for preparing for this examination of PSC. Like for long study hours, and then you need a break in order to refresh your mind. What was your take on that? Did you solve MCQ questions or GK in order to relax your brain to get back to the studies again?
Yes, but I used to walk. I used to take small walks so that it refreshed my brain. Otherwise, I used to feel very claustrophobic because studying in one room and all that throughout the whole day. And after that, again, I used to study. Definitely, reading newspaper was a very much relaxing thing for me. But other than that, I used to walk. I used to.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for bearing with me and all of us. And thank you so much for your valuable input. We all are privileged to listen to you, and I'm sure we will be greatly helped by whatever tips and advices that you have shared with us. I would now kindly request our sir to take over the sessions from here and to share few thoughts on this interactive session.
Thank you, Astika. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Astika. So, what was the most important takeaway from the answers given by Drishti? The most important takeaway perhaps was that write your own answers. Unless you write and revise, you don't get involved with the concepts. And unless you do that, you simply don't remember them. And rightly, Bristi said that you'll have to keep on revising and writing it yourself. After writing something, ask the answer, are you mine? Are you mine? And if the answer tells you, yes, I am yours, then only be satisfied that it is your creation. And if it is your creation, it will remain with you for a long length of time. Thank you, Bristi, for your time. Thank you, Astika.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mohit, also in the background, who is actually doing all the back office job. Thank you so much.
So much, sir, for having me here, and thank you so much, ma'am, for your honorable time. And we ask all the viewers to stay tuned with us for another interviews with such lawyers and scholars of law. For our interview sessions, Meet My Gems with none other than the Honorable Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal, sir.